Mythical races. You see, there's a running joke in my fan base where there is a man who goes into my comment section and will comment, no matter what the video is, race tier list question mark, okay? And for obvious reasons, much like how the next GTA game is going to be very, very much toned down with a lot of the stuff that they would usually say, I cannot do that in this day and age. Oh, rats, I can't do that. How terrible my life is. But there is something that I was thinking about. I was playing Skyrim very recently, and I will always side with the Stormcloaks because I do believe Skyrim is for the Nords. Average broke conversation right here. Okay? However, I'm walking in the Windhelm with my boy Jazargo, okay? My good Khajiit companion, okay? He ain't a furry, he chill though. Basically a cat gypsy. That's the best way to describe him. And I'm walking in the Windhelm, this frigid wasteland of a kingdom, okay? And then some white dude over there in the corner says something along the lines of, "You need to put that thing on a leash." I'm taken aback by that because I immediately am thinking to myself, brother, you're about to get jumped in the Windhelm alleys. Ain't nobody speaking to my boy Jazargo like that. And then I realized something. Racism in mythical universes not only does exist, but it makes things infinitely more interesting. Okay, in my digging of mythical creatures, I am going to ask the question, how would they be perceived if we brought them in to just a modern society? What would happen if I brought in Elves, Dwarves, Khajiits, Argonians, Orcs, Goblins, Cyclops, bring them into a modern time frame? And would they be jerks to us? Would they be bros? Breedable? Or would they be victims of our society? In all seriousness, this is going to be a very, very interesting video. I don't know what to expect. And if you like this type of content, which I'm hoping you do, please consider like, comment, and subscribe. 100,000 subscribers by July of 2025. Before the release of GTA 6 is the goal. We are on track to do it because of you guys. And it's with your support I can make weird videos like this, okay? I don't have any memberships. I don't have any merch. All you have to do is subscribe, hit the bell icon, and continue to watch my content, and that does everything that I need it to do. And with all that out of the way, I am just the host of this channel. The channel belongs to you, and that's why we get videos like this. With all that out of the way, let's get into the mythical race tier list. Orcs. We're getting in nice and heavy because a lot of you guys are curious my opinion on the orc kind, okay? Now, when we talk about the orcs, I think the orcs come in a little hot, okay? They're coming in calling us man swine, pig skin. Like, bro, they hitting us with some pretty heavy slurage right there, okay? Give an old-fashioned white man a run for their money, okay? However, I must say this. I respect the work ethic of the orcs. That's not meant to be a really bad joke. But reality here. The orcs are rolling in here with sheet metal armor, and they're giving the mankind, the dwarves, and the elves a good run for their money in every piece of fiction, whether it be World of Warcraft, D&D, or literally anything else. I mean, that orcs are in, they give mankind a run for their money. But I think they get a bad rap, okay? Let me tell you a story from my modern day life, okay? I train martial arts. And I once, not once knew, I'm still a friend to him to this day, okay? I'm going to change his name to Andy. Andy was a little edgy when I met him. Andy had, I'm not going to hide the carrot, he burned Bibles and Korans, okay? That was his hobby. He would, yes, buy up and find all the Bibles and Korans that he could find, and then host a bonfire once a week where he would burn as many of them as they could, and then he would take a picture of it, post it on a Snap story, and then start saying victims of leukemia. Pretty wild dude. A lot of work goes into that. I'm not really sure, okay? But we had a sit-down conversation, and he mellowed out, okay? We trained together. He's a pretty chill dude. I think he started getting with a girl, and I think that mellowed him out. That's what I think about orcs. I think orcs, okay? They just need a little honey by them, and then they start calming down a little bit, okay? I would love to get a drink with Azog the Defiler and just ask him, like, brother, where does this come from? Where does this anger come from, man? You don't need to do this, my man, okay? Do you really want to take the crowns of the Dwarven kings? Or do you really just want to set up a good foundation for your family? Okay, like, I think I could reason with the orcs. I think the orcs are coming, they're coming from a bad area, okay? How bad do you have to have it for you to listen to the Dark Lord, the man with with the cape of bees, okay? The literal Antichrist. Yeah, that guy's giving us the best deal. I think the orcs were done dirty in the past, and they look to Sauron as their guy because they have to. And I think that is downright despicable. Okay, I think we need to give the orcs a solid chance. However, if we brought them into normal society, I think that they would get done very dirty. Okay, I think we would be giving them nicknames that were not really cool. I think a few of them, we'd be calling them Shrekkies. I think Shrekkies, we'd be calling them left and right. Another one, pointy ears, but that's going to the elves. Elves are about to get the business in a few minutes. As far as I'm ranking them, I think they're misunderstood. I think me and the orcs could be bros, but I don't look at an orc and I'm like, we could 100% be homies. I think they're misunderstood. I think they would be victims in our modern society, but I think they would band together. Like, come on. If there's one things about orcs in fiction you gotta give them, is their teamwork makes the dream work, okay? That's what they got going good, okay? There's not a lot of internal fighting inside of the orc hierarchy. If you hear what I'm putting down, I think they're misunderstood. I think they would be good homies. I think if you're friends with an orc and they fuck with you, you got the whole war band right behind you, man. I think orcs would be cool homies. I might move, not bros yet. Misunderstood. I stand with that. Dwarves. Listen. When I was watching Lord of the Rings as a child, okay, there are two things that I remember distinctly. Number one was biting the fuck out of my mom because of the first time I ever saw Gollum. Gollum, like, brother, they gotta do a warning before the movie even starts that there's an emaciated, hobbit-ass looking creature talking about, like, my precious. Like, forget the fuck out of here, bro. Pepper spray his ass, okay? If there was a race of people like golems, bro, those things getting wiped out on day one. They would be the victims. Oh, and number two, me and Gimli would get along, bro. The dwarves seemed like the ultimate bros, okay? What do they have? They're obsessed with history. Me too. They really like fighting and wrestling. Me too. And they can put it down if they have to. The only problem I have with the dwarves is I'm not seeing a lot of women. Okay? I think it's a sausage fest. But here's the thing, bro. I get it. But what do your women look like? Just curious. Like, I don't want to be walking into a dwarven party and accidentally thinking I'm I'm getting into a fight with Thordok the Destroyer, and then find out it's Gorlock, but like the dwarf version, and then she starts saying some shit like, "You would hit a woman," and I'm like, "That's a woman." We're talking about dwarves here. Like, that would be my thing with the dwarves. Okay. I ain't never seen a female dwarf, and that does weird me out. I know somebody's gonna bring up Rings of Power. Rings of Power is barely canon, so that doesn't count either. Real note. Can somebody who is a Tolkien fan explain that to me? Now, if we go to D&D, that's way more clear. Actually, those dwarves might be better because they're still bros. Dwarves are the ultimate homies in every piece of fiction. It's Lord of the Rings where things get kind of weird when we're talking about, like, what they look like. Bro, The Hobbit, that's another one. I knew that I would get along with dwarves when I watched The Hobbit. D&D, another one. All of them. I keep on bringing it up. Dwarves are the ultimate homies. The bros, okay? Anybody that has a problem with that, fight me in the comment section. The elves. Oh! Well, oh my gosh, bro. Elves? Ugh. I got a problem with them, dude. They had this superiority complex that bothers me when going into my childhood. So, quick Ethan lore really quick, okay? I grew up somewhat well off, okay? I gotta bring it back, okay? I grew up low middle class, and then we came in the middle class, and that's where we are to this day, okay? I'm talking like a little bit of the food stamps, okay? I got a little bit of that. People calling me Nepo baby, fuck you. No, so on a real note, well, I don't know where y'all got that from. When we're talking about elves, okay, I look at elves the same way I looked at the local rich kid at my public school. Like, who are you thinking you're better than anybody here? What are you talking about? Your parents are in a divorce. Fuck out of here. Okay, at least my parents are happily married. What are you doing? What are you doing, dog? Okay? You bully me not because you think you're better than me. You bully me from a sense of insecurity that you have from a non-stable home, okay? Your sister over there is gonna have daddy issues, and she's gonna have a problem trying to get off Like, financially, because he grew up rich, and then once he finally hits the reality of the world, realizing, oh, I'm not actually rich, guess what he's gonna do? Start an OnlyFans. And then when you start talking shit to me again, guess what? I'm gonna show you those OnlyFans pictures, dog. I'm gonna be like, this your sister, dog? Yeah. Fuck out of here thinking you're better than me. I'm sorry, that was like some latent trauma. Same thing, it's elves, bro. I was playing Skyrim, and that's where this all came from. And I'm walking through the lands around Whiterun, and then the Thalmor come up to me. And bro, I got beef with the Thalmor. Thalmor coming up to me, and is like, listen here, filth blood. First off, don't be pulling up to me and hitting me with that type of slur. I'm the Dovahkiin, bro. Okay? Thinking you look cool in your drippy ass armor, but get out of here, okay? Listen here, foul blood, you Talos worshipping dog. Like, dog, within 2 sentences, you dissed my race and you dissed my god, okay? Real talk, we're throwing hands right after that. And then I give you the little, hey, oh, back off, dog. You're the one trespassing here, okay? I'm just walking around my house at Whiterun with my girl Lydia over there that I'm gonna throw to the side the moment I see that vampire chick, but she don't know that yet. Now, you gonna start talking shit about my religion and my race? Okay, now we're throwing los manos, okay? We're going at it right now, okay? That's what I think of them. Even in Lord of the Rings, what are they doing? We keep to ourselves. You think you're better than me? You think you live long enough and you think you're better than mankind? Okay, no, we gonna run this fade, okay? Who industrialized first? Who cut the finger off of Sauron? Us. Even in D&D, there's just something about the elves that really just hits me with, like, you think, like, Ritz, like, there's a specific type of people that bother me. And it's Ritz people that, like, they don't realize that they're Ritz. Like, it's different if you're unaware, but in, like, a sense of, like, an innocent way. No, maybe it's people that are aware that they're Ritz and they throw it at you. That bothers me as a person. Okay, I hate that. That's what elves give off, okay? Everything from the places that they live, to the clothes that they have, to their hair, to, like, everything about them I don't like. Like, somebody's gonna comment like, bro, the elven hatred is insane. Yeah, it is elven hatred. I don't know what it is. Ever since I was a kid, I was like 8 years old watching Lord of the Rings for the first time, and then they're sewing off Elrond, and I'm like, fucking hate that guy. And then my mom came up to me and was like, don't say that. And then I'm like, look at this guy. Things better than me? Like, I'm for real, bro. I cannot, for whatever reason, I have never been able to like elves in fiction outside of Vox Machina, okay? The elves in Vox Machina are pretty chill. They're like homies, but they're like they're like, Heads Fund bro that grew up rich, but he hooks you up every once in a while. You gotta be cool with them. I'm putting elves, I think they'd be jerks in modern day. I think you introduce elves in today, instantly Balenciaga models, and they get really, really rich really, really quickly, and then they start living in gated communities. I hate that. I dislike that, bro. If you want to live far away from people, and you don't want the riffraff to come in, buy a fucking ranch. Live out in the woods. Do that. Be a man about it. Don't be living in a gated community. Oh my gosh, that's another thing that bothers me. Jerks, bro. Ugh, the Khajiits. Let me tell you something about the Khajiits, okay? My brother thinks they're furry people. I disagree with him. I think Khajiits are like the underrated homies. I'm going cat people in general. I think there's the Lionin, which are like a part of like D&D, and they're like lion people. They're another one. I think they're bros. Again, throw back to Skyrim, okay? When I'm strolling through Dawnstar, my boy Jazargo's hanging out by his fam, escorting them around because he wants to be a wizard, but his family comes from a merchant's guild, okay? And he's over here trying to make a better life for himself, saying, my mother, I would like to study magic at the College of Winterhold. And then his mama's, chill as fuck, by the way, is like, yes, we will take you there after we trade. They're like the furry gypsy people, okay? And let me tell you something. I am a proud Stormcloak supporter. If I walk in the Windhelm and some motherfucker starts talking shit how I need to put my boy Jazargo on a leash, or he starts talking shit like, hey, oh, be sure to clean up your fur ball. Oh, we're throwing it down, bro. I'm bringing you back down. I'm telling you, I'm going to call up the Dark Brotherhood on your ass, dog. 100%. We're throwing hands immediately. You don't be talking shit to my boy Jazargo like that. I think they're bros. Like, listen. I think me, the Dwarves, Jazargo, okay? Dream blunt rotation right there. There's a few more I want to add in, but I think would be chill. I think Jazargo, Because J'zargo alone puts him in bros. Bros, no question. Centaurs. Here's the fucked up part, okay? Okay? If you look up Centaurs, there's like 3 chicks on like DeviantArt that are like, hear me out. You're not cute, Sarah. You're a fucking deviant. Okay? That's a man with the body of a horse. Don't think you're slick. Don't think you. Oh, I'm just a little cutesy. No, you're not. You're fucking weird. Okay? That's strains. You're weird. Okay? Like y'all think you're better than like men who like mermaids. No, mermaids is weird to me because the lower half is a fist. Centaurs, they're like, yes, well, at least I like him for his personality. So, shut up, Bethany. I know I keep on changing the name on here, but like, dog, well, what are you talking about? You put way too much effort into those back legs of that DeviantArt that you made, okay? Don't think I know what you're doing. You're weird, okay? I think we'd be chill. But I also think they have like a I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, okay? They have like a don't fuck with me type of attitude to them, and I respect that. However, I think if I were to drag them out, they have very, very like weird belief systems. And what I mean by weird, I mean I feel like we just couldn't, like, if you are a Minotaur, you almost have to be a vegan. Okay? Like, I feel like we would have this fundamental disagreement here, and I wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable by eating meat in front of you, so I would just not want to eat by you, but that automatically limits the type of stuff that we can do. Like, maybe we could be, like, drinking buddies. Maybe I can invite you over to Olive Garden, okay? Olive Garden, I get a fettuccine Alfredo, no meat, no nothing, and then we can bust it down to some sangrias, okay? I think that'd be pretty dope. I think that's a dope hangout session right there. Olive Garden sangria's hit. I'm gonna say I have to put something in. Actually, no. I think if Centaurs were here, they would get a weird amount of lonely women, but they wouldn't be like victims in our. I think they'd be misunderstood. I think misunderstood is valid here. Argonians or lizard people in general for like D&D. So a lot of stuff in like Skyrim, I just remember them as Argonians because I'm not a huge D&D guy. I played Baldur's Gate 3, that's about it. A stream idea. That'd be pretty funny, I'm not even gonna lie. Argonians and lizard people, let me, okay. I'm gonna come off with some, there's gonna be really strange, but let me explain something to you, okay? As a society, it'd be far easier for us to accept the existence of cat people than lizard people. Maybe a hot take, but I get it. I feel like lizards, there's just something there. Like, I feel like Argonians don't have their own version of J'zargo. Like, they don't, okay? Like, this is what would weird me out. I'd come over to his house, and he'd be like, yo, do you mind if I make this amount of noise? And he'd be like, no. And then you touch the thermostat, and he's like, it's like, what the fuck was that? If you touch the humidifier, my babies will die. What? Where are the babies here? And then he opens up a closet, and then it's just a full thing full of eggs. That weirds me out, bro. They're kind of like gator people. I don't know. I feel like that would weird a lot of people out. And, like, here's the thing. People like cats. Not a lot of people like lizards. You blend that with people. It's not a net benefit. It just gets weirder. As a society, I don't feel like we would accept the Argonians. We would accept the Orcs. We would accept the Centaurs, the Khajiits, and the Dwarves. Because they're all more looking like people. Argonians would be victims in our modern society. They just would, okay? I don't think that's a question. Yeah, they would. They would. I'm sorry. Hobbits or halflings, gnomes, all of the little people. All of the little people. I was watching Lord of the Rings, and the amount of time they started calling them some shit like the half-man. That sounds like a slur. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I take offense to that the same way that I take offense to being called a man-swine by the orcs. Like, someone needs to put a hand on their shoulder and be like, nah, brother, it's 2024. You can't do that. You can't. I'm not going to call a hobbit a half-man, okay? However, let's be real here. If there was a few hobbits that felt spurned by society, how long do you think it's going to take for them to start calling us, like, mankind starts making up their own nicknames for us? They're over here like, look at them biggies over there. Hey, Biggie! If they start calling me that, then we're in a weird relationship. I'm like, okay, no, stop. I didn't give you that pass, dog. Like, that's where that'd be a little weird for me. I'm gonna keep it real, that's where it would get weird for me. But the hobbits seem chill. They're over here chilling in their little dirt homes. Kind of looks like northern Scotland. I mean, like, they have an unreasonable amount of food, by the way, okay? The hobbits have an unreasonable amount of food. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. When I'm watching The Hobbit, and then, like, the whole dwarven crew comes in, I used to think it was fucked up how they ate all of his food. Watching it back again, and if I strolled up to somebody's house, and they had that much food, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna have a few of your crackers. I'm gonna have some of your cheese. You are a single dude! Yeah, I mean, how weird this looks? How much food you have? Well, how'd you even get this? That would be my reaction, okay? Maybe that's me getting older, but if I came to my homie's house and they had that much food, I mean, I would ask. I'd be like, yo, dog, can I have some food? And then if he said something like, nah, bro, absolutely not, I would look at him and be like, brother, you ain't getting no bitches, okay? You ain't getting enough ladies over here to eat this much food, okay? And you looking pretty fucking skinny, so you clearly ain't eating it either, so give me a little bit. I might be a dwarf at heart, honestly. I'm going to put hobbits. I think hobbits would be chill. I think they'd be... hobbits would be bros. They'd be bros, dude. They might call me a few names, but, like, the dwarf... When I think of dwarves, I think the average dwarf personality is going to be like St. Gillis. Frankly, that's why I think... I think I would get along with them a lot, okay? Tieflings. You deviant bastard. I see you. I fucking see you. Don't think I don't know. Okay, you look at this, and I know what's in your head, you absolute, utter rapscallion. You. I understand you, okay? They're breedable. I get it. 100% I understand it, okay? But, like, this would be the problem. Everybody's growing horns. Like, if the horn is a dominant trait, and you introduce these things into modern society, I guarantee you, within 200 years... more people are going to have horns than not. Okay? Keep it a real one with you. Okay? Like, this wouldn't even be a scenario where it's like mankind is chasing down the tieflings. No. Women would be chasing down the men that look like that too. Okay? Like, I get it. I understand you. I get it, bro. There's just something there. I can't explain it, man. Okay, like, I listen, I understand the pull here. There's a weird pull here. There's a weird tension. I cannot explain it. Do I know enough about their culture? Absolutely not, okay? But I am una gringo, okay? Got with a Latin woman. We're one of the worst mistakes of my life, but I understand why I did it. I think I would have a very, very similar experience here. And would I go into it with regrets? No. Would I come out of it with regrets? A little bit. But... it's an experience. And I think that'd be the majority of people. I really do think that'd be the majority of people. Do I think they're breed? I can't come up with an argument. Breed. Yeah, breedable. Bros. I honestly can't come up with an argument against it. Next. Fairies! Woo! Ugh. I've got something in my mouth. Ugh. Okay, when we're talking about fairies, dude, is this like Tinkerbell? I don't know. I think we would get rid of all of them. Brother, we rely on bees to stabilize our ecosystem, and we're about to kill all of the bees. You really think we'd be able to keep fairies alive? The thing about hobbits, hobbits, halflings, gnomes, all of those people, okay? If any one of them died, I guarantee you it would be considered a modern tragedy, okay? If you killed a fairy, people would be like, I'm fucking mistake, bro. I didn't know that Mushroom Cove was right next to the industrial parking spot. Like, I'm sorry, dog. We're bigger than you, okay? Like, what do you guys do? We make songs. That's cute. That's fucking adorable. Like, yeah, that'd be the problem we'd run into. I think fairies would just overcomplicate things, so they would, like, silently over the years... like, deforesterize areas just to relocate them onto, like, reservations. And then we would just forget about them. And then we'd give them, like, a little sorry. And then we would give them coupons for, like, big people pants. And then they could never use it as, like, a practical joke. I think they'd be victims. Fairies would be victims in our modern society, dog. We would not give a shit, okay? Satyrs. Those are the people with the lamb legs and the little horns. They kind of look like a little goat man, but, like, half goat man. If you are a woman and you're looking at this and say, hear me out, I'm not hearing you out, this is bestiality, but more acceptable. Actually, slightly more acceptable. I think these fuckers are edgy, dude. I think they're talking shit. I unironically think this dude has a diss track that he could hit me with calling me 3 different types of names that I didn't even realize you could insult me with. I think these dudes talk shit. I don't know what it is about them. Maybe it's because ever since Narnia, okay, the original Narnia, the original Satyr, like, tricked that one girl. I've had, like, this weird, deep-seated, like, belief in me, okay? Where I'm like, I don't trust y'all. I don't trust you. You little sifty, bro. There's something that I'm like, I feel like I will hit you with a riddles of 3s, you weak man. And I'm like, what you say to me? What you say? Like, that's how I feel about the Satyrs, okay? I think they're a little edgy. I think they remind me of, like, the Kyles of the mythical universe. They look at them and it's like, no, they're the defenders of the forest. Yeah, but I think they're talking shit, dude. I think they say some things that I'm like, nah, you kind of a dick. But they could be chill, too. Let's be real here. They could also be in the blunt rotation, too, along with the Dwarves, the Khajiits, the Hobbits, and then 1 Tiefling. Okay, 1 Tiefling. That's where I'm keeping it. Mankind! Let me tell you something. I don't like all of mankind, but I think mankind as a whole is pretty chill. However, in this type of scenario, we would be coming up with different types of nicknames for every single creature here. I think we're a perfect middle of the road. There's not much I can really say here because I have a bias. I am a man of mankind, by the way. So I'm going to put him in the middle of bros and breedable. I don't think that's controversial. All different types of animal people. Why are there so many different types of animal people? And when I mean by animal people, I don't mean like Khajiits. No. It's like the face of a fox or a rabbit, but with like the body of a human, but it's just furry. That weirds me out, dog. I'm not hearing any of you deviant people out, okay? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. That's all I'm saying. I think they would be victims, okay? Is this fucking guy coming in the work to go buy you insurance? Absolutely not. I think they would be victims in our modern society. I don't know how we wouldn't be able to keep them alive. We wouldn't. Or they would attack us first, and then we'd be like, yeah, obviously, we gotta nuke the forest. I think that's how it would go. I think we would stage some type of attack against them, and then it would end very badly for them. Victims. I don't really have a lot of jokes for these ones, outside of, this goes beyond furries. This is actually just bestiality. And then we would have to ask the question, how breedable are they? And then that's a really bad, like where you get something from Sweet Tooth happening. I'm saying. Mermaids. I alluded to the mermaids earlier. Okay, I don't get the hype here, bro. Okay, I'm gonna sound like, do I look like Christopher Columbus to you? Christopher Columbus claims he fucked a mermaid. No, it was a manatee. You weird, bro. You weird, okay? Mermaid, I don't even understand what the hype with mermaids, bro. It's the top half of a woman. Like, I'm sorry, like, cool. I don't get it, bro. It's like half a fist. I wouldn't be mean to him, but I'd probably be like, hey, yo, yeah. What's up? Like, that'd be me. I'd be like, what's up? I don't like the water. Water scares me. It does. It was either this or a natural disaster tier list, and I was just gonna rant about how much tsunamis scare me. I live in Michigan. I don't have to worry about that. Water scares me. Why would I get with a chick that literally has to be underwater and she's half woman? Like, I'm sorry, that I don't know what to say. Are they They would have to be victims because we don't really treat the ocean well as we do now. We wouldn't treat it well for merwomen either. We just wouldn't. Cyclops. Okay, if they're just people with 1 eye, we would classify it as a disability. If they're giants, then we would say, oh, look, mythical creatures are here. Fun fact about the Cyclops. They used to think they were real because of mammoth bones and, like, big skeletons. That they were like, oh, yeah, we don't know what a dinosaur is. Has to be a Cyclops. So that's why they thought they were giants. If it was like a giant Cyclops, we would hunt them to existence. I understand this, bro. If giants were a thing, I'd give it 1 week before we kill all of them. Why? Because we would view them as a threat and as an affront to God, and then we would just automatically decimate every last one of them on Earth. And then for Cyclops, we would be like utter abominations with 1 eye. And then it'd be like, yo, chill. And then they'd be calling us shit like, listen here, Biclops. And I'd be like, no, you ain't calling me that, dog. And then we would get rid of them. They would be victims too. Like, these are the animals. Not animals. Damn, that sounded really bad. These are the people that would get utterly destroyed if they got introduced in the modern society, okay? Orcs, Centaurs, pretty good, pretty good. Everybody here, bros. Edgy, no cool. Elves, they would unironically make it to the echelon of society, but then be like, we know what's best for you. Fuck you. Goblins. These things look like they insult you. Like, here's the thing. Orcs are hitting you with man swine, but then we can talk it out later. The goblins are hitting you with let's be real here. Okay, come on. Keep it real with me, dog. If a goblin got into a cussing match with you, do you really think you're going to beat them? I think goblins have a vocabulary and arsenal of slurs that would be rivaled by any person in the 1800s. I think these guys are absolute demons on the mic. The coolest thing about goblins would be these things would have the greatest rap albums of all time. They would beat prime Kendrick Lamar in a rap battle. They would beat Eminem in a rap battle. These things 100% have the greatest way of insulting living creatures of all time. That being said, these fuckers are edgy. They're like mean hobbits. And then we would hit them back with any insult, and then they would come at us with something else. I gotta put the goblins in edgy, okay? They're like are they jerks? Nah, there's something about elves that just piss me off. I'm putting goblins and satyrs right next to each other in terms of how much I think they would be. They would tell a lot of edgy jokes. A satyr would talk about effing your mom. A goblin would talk about effing your entire family. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. And then the elves would just buy your family's cottage and then sell that off. Like, it's different levels of evil right here. Minotaurs, you really, I'm telling you something right now. If Minotaurs are real, I give it 2 months before we put UFC gloves on this fucking thing, and then we see it fight in the arena, okay? That goes for a lot of these. 100%, okay? We would be seeing an Argonian throw down with an orc for the UFC light heavyweight championship versus Orquera Pereira versus Argonian Hill. And then they would be fighting it out, talking mad shit, and then one would get DQ'd for using their tail to attack the other one. Minotaurs, this is like the Brock Lesnar of them all. This thing would be the greatest, bro, I don't know why this has gotten so out of hand. I'm thinking like a Minotaur's hopping into the UFC octagon talking about how, Bud Light, dude, he would be the greatest sponsorship guy of all time, okay? If he could speak English, it'd be wild. I'm putting the Minotaur, but okay, Minotaurs, here's the problem. I think they would be I think they're chill, but I think they would not do themselves favor in the public limelight. They're not violent, and then they would actually, kill a dude in Times Square. But then we'd be like, no. They instigated it. They called him Bullhead, and then said, hey, I got a picture of your mom, and then they would show him a picture of a cow. And then he would fight him, rightfully so. But you're not doing yourself any favor when you literally rip a motherfucker in half. And then you say some shit like, this is my labyrinth! Standing in the middle. Standing in the middle. Of, New York, Times Square, the park. Just ripping him apart. He just stabs him on his antlers. Just rips him apart. He's just, going wide. Ah! This is for my mom. What are we doing? They're misunderstood. They're fine. He deserved it. I'm gonna have to pull up my greatest Saul Goodman impression to defend bro in court. So you see, Targoth the Ravager, you're stand accused of murdering a man by ripping him in half in the middle of New York National Park. Where do you stand? Deserved it. Straight to jail. Right away. And there you go. That is the mythical races tier list. What are we doing? This was one of them videos where it's going to be very interesting to see how this one turns out and the response to this one. I'm sorry if the rants got a little bit out there. But you guys seem to like these types of videos where we discuss the geopolitics of Skyrim. Skyrim is for the Nords. I stand with the Stormcloaks. I don't care if Ulfric is a Thalmor sleeper agent. The Imperials weren't going to do anything. They were going to sell off the God Talos to the Thalmor in order to satiate their power, their hunger for power. Oh, man, I'm getting too political when it comes to Skyrim lore. I'm sorry. Okay, if you like this type of content, please consider a like, comment, and subscribe. Trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before my B-Day in July, before the release of GTA 6, and that's only possible with you guys. If you have a video suggestion that isn't the race tier list, put it in the comment section down below, okay? And with all that out of the way, thank you for the support that you give this channel. Remember, I am just the host of this channel. This channel belongs to you, but no, we can't do the Rice tier list for obvious. You know why, you rapscallion. And with all that out of the way, I will see you all in the next video. Adios, guys.